Hi, intrepid viewers. Dr. Lena. I'm doing this special extra video, if you like, because it's my last night in Argentina, and then it's going to take 2 days to fly back to Australia. It does your head in. So I didn't want to leave you for the extra days. So here I am, croaking at you. My God. So, first off the rank, the Yeti's lawyers have tried to intervene in the Georgia thing in advance of this grand jury report, and they wanted the grand jury report stopped and expunged. I don't think it's happened yet, has it? But the point is, you can't do it. It's not a thing, according to Glenn Kirshner, our lawyer uncle on this channel. Not a thing. And Fani Willis came back with 22 pages of boom as to why it wasn't a thing. And no, that's not going to happen. So I thought, let's just have a look at Fani herself. How's she going? Because it would have been phenomenal pressure doing this case, right, for a whole host of obvious reasons. Now, I'm sitting here sideways and about to do this spread on my hotel bed. So we are so bonded now, are we not, intrepid viewers? So let's have a look. Fani, how is she going? Oh, oh, that's very interesting. Oh, goodness me. Goodness me. Now, whoosh, it's hard to know where to start here. So the first card was the King of Cups, my Biden card. And we have Fani herself, the Queen of Swords, when it's not Lindsey Graham. In this case, Fani. So it's like there's an allegiance between Fani and not Biden literally, but the role. She is doing her bit to save American democracy. It's bigger than Georgia, way bigger than Georgia, right? Now, the question is about her, and I think this is in her short-term past up until now. So there's been this conflict and argy-bargy that I think she has found quite exhausting. But she's highly motivated with this Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords doesn't get tired, which is interesting. So I think there's an emotional fatigue, cups are emotion, but intellectually, she's still totally committed to exposing the theft of democracy in this case in Georgia. She knows this could be an absolute tower moment for the country, how this is received. But she's going to behave with absolute dignity with this Page of Pentacles. But Pentacles also, always remember if you're learning tarot, yes, about money and real estate and resources, all those things, but values. So she is being earthed. This is an earth message for her. So I think it's one or more people in her personal domain who keep her earthed, because she lives very much from these in her head. And she's probably one of those people who almost forgets to eat, She's so in the head, but she's got good support. So she will be okay. Because it's only just beginning for her. She's done this tremendous amount of work for X years and stuff, but now it's becoming more intense. So now Let's look at Santos, who got $500,000 bail paid. A few of you asked, who paid Santos's bail? Good question. So let's see. I'm not sure if we can find out, but we'll try. Okay, who bailed out George Santos? Who bailed him out? Oh, who bailed out Santos? Any clues in here? I'll just do 4 cards for this. All right. So it's someone from his past. Okay, let's have a look at these cards. Someone who'd been holding money on his behalf. Now, presumably he's been collecting a congressional salary. So it's someone in his money world. Who would trust George Santos to pay you back? I don't know. But here we have the magician, not in a good way. This is George Santos himself. The fact he isn't in jail already, although I'm sure that's where he's heading. But he had the ability to pull one more out of the hat to get out on bail. Now, the temperance card, things going either way, the balancing of the waters. I think this was a GOP money operative because McCarthy's desperate to keep his vote. So it's someone, promises were made to this perhaps donor. If we can keep him in for a longer time. Oh, I just heard. It could be treated as a donation to the party. So I think the magician is the working behind the scenes to make this money come out. George Santos suggested the person. He came up with the plan. One thing he's good at is, where do I get my next $500,000 from? So it's someone he knew from the past. I think he went to McCarthy, and I think McCarthy organised for it. Oh, wow, hadn't thought of that. Interesante. Mi español es muy una mierda. Ah, okay. So that was Santos. Isn't it divine? CNN is hemorrhaging viewers after that debacle. Hemorrhaging. I love it. They've been disgusting for a long time. Now, back to, oh, we should celebrate first. Donna Deegan, the new mayor of Jacksonville, Florida, the biggest city in Florida. I didn't know that. Gone to a dam. Now, dare to hope, dare to dream. Does this mean more than that? She's well known in Jacksonville. It's a local vote in that sense. She pulled it off. Does it have any tentacles? Good news for Dems in Florida, or is it a one-off? Let's have a look at that. Congratulations, Donna. Yeah, Donna Deegan. Will this be more good news for the Dems in Florida? How will this pan out for the Dems in Florida? Will it have any reach? Let's Oh, momentum. Oh, God. The cards like having a laugh sometimes. They really do. Look at this. So the answer to the question of momentum is yes, but momentum, it's giving hope to other Democrats in other scenarios for sure. Okay, so that's a good news thing. But it doesn't get you over the line in a national election, but it shows it's given a shot in the ass for the others. And those others have been quite defeated in a way with this Four of Swords. It's like they'd almost given up the fight, and now this gives them a turbocharge. But the thing is, it's so hard to work out what is really happening on the ground. The moon card is so layered. But see the two canines here. So one is a wolf and one is a domesticated dog. Call of the Wild. It's like the out of control GOP, and can the domesticated dog stand up to the wolf, almost the challenge. But here's the thing, the path to this is through the waters. It's on an intuitive level, a spiritual level, an emotional level. They can get to people if they can harness this energy. Ace of Pentacles, an absolute gift, right? So to me, this is two-edged. It's a gift to the Democrats in all sorts of ways, but in its aspect of fool's gold, it could be that there will be financial scandals coming forward that will hurt the GOP as well. So if they keep up the momentum, they may realise they actually have the tools. We've just had the Magician. As above, so below. If they can tune in to the big change, they can make a difference. I don't think Florida's going to miraculously go blue or even purple, but it might go purple, And this card, the moon card, depicting a lunar eclipse where sudden, extraordinary things can happen. The magician can manifest out of nothing something. So I think they're positive cards. They're positive cards. And I also think, did you see the link, guys, I put up on the last video? It's one of the fathers of the Florida high school shooting who lost his, I think, 14-year-old daughter in that shooting. And he is making very compelling arguments about gun regulation and how irresponsible it is not to engage. So Dems keep heart in Florida. Now, didn't you love too that the GOP, key witness in the Biden scandal, both Joe and Hunter, has gone AWOL. They don't know where to find this mythical person. I love that so much. Okay, now there was something else I wanted to do for you. Oh, yes, it was about the Giuliani pardon scheme being exposed by Miss Dunphy. That's going to be so juicy. But as a couple of you viewers pointed out, Jared was in charge of pardon applications. Talk about the secretary for everything, obscene. So let's have a look. With this Giuliani stuff, will Jared be dragged in? Because he's a bit too Teflon for our liking, isn't he? 2.5 billion while you're serving, all that stuff. So will this Giuliani scandal impact Kushner? Will it impact Kushner? Or Queen of Wands. Hmm. Oh, we've got more Wands energy. Queen of Swords. Well, these ones are interesting. The Queen of Wands could be Dumphy herself. I'm thinking here. She has much more power than she realized she had. I think while she was there, and I don't think she was shiny and ethical, from the beginning or anything particular. However, but she was looking at it all personally, and now she realizes she's part of a bigger, 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 bigger picture. Okay, the Knight of Wands is an opportunity coming forward quite quickly. Yeah, for her. I think she's a bit scared because wands are usually about courage and confidence and all of that. But there's part of her I'm just feeling is a bit scared and intimidated by whoosh, the way all the legal eagles have swept up her case and stuff. It must be scaring to a mere mortal. She was on the brink of walking away from this. She just wanted done. And her thing was how she was treated by Giuliani, not all this other mega stuff. So she was on the brink of walking away, but then was convinced by a legal woman to stay the course and that this could be a massively important case. Now, I was asking about Kushner, and what did we get? We got Miss Dumfrey. So we have to go back to Kushner. I'll leave those cards there. And I've said this before with tarot, it sometimes gives you the foundation of what you're asking, not the outcome of the question. So let's have a look now. Kushner. Oh, they're strategizing. Okay, I think with Kushner too, someone's going to join the dots here. We have the action card of the Knight of Wands, and on top of that is the Queen of Pentacles. She can prove there's money in it for Kushner somehow. We heard about Giuliani wanting 2 million, 1 million for him and 1 million for the Yeti. But I think by the time it got to the White House, the deal would have been a cut for Jared. He's in charge of pardon applications. Duh. So I think the legals are looking very closely at him, very closely. And they're thinking, can we get him on this? Can we prove his ships were involved in this exercise in piracy? Because that's what it was, Yeah. So there you go. Now, I'll remind you very soon, probably the next video, when I'm opening the books for readings. So in between now and then, you guys look after yourselves. Please do that. Stay strong. Endurance is the name of the game. Okay. Love you guys. Take care. Bye.